going on, guys? Welcome back. Good morning to most of you guys. We're going to keep this update video nice, short, and sweet, mainly because, well, it's a shorter patch, and also I just am coming back from the dentist, and I can't feel half my face. Now, the Marvel Snap summer begins with a bang. We've got the IGN Live announcement, which is rumored to be a new game mode on June 7th. But on top of that, we're going to be kicking off with a content patch that's going to be bringing the long-awaited update to Thanos and his Infinity Stones. After they completely nuked the card, they said they were going to do some updates. And we got those today. We're going to find out, are they good? Are they bad? We're going to cover those in a moment. We're also going to be talking about, obviously, we got series drops. You guys can see all the cards here on screen. We've got all the cards that will be dropping from series 5 to 4 and 4 down to 3. So you can buy these with your collector tokens or get them in caches. Now, in other news, we also got an asset re-download, and that's just a fancy word for saying you're probably going to have to update the game again in the App Store. They said there's going to be some performance fixes. Hopefully, this speeds things up in Snap. It's getting a little clunky lately, if pardon my French. And hopefully this fixes the thing where you go to your collection track, right? And you go to one of these guys and you click them, and then you're waiting like a better half of a year to get the title that you never wanted anyway. Other than that, guys, we did have an update to the move the stuff where they said move update. Essentially, this is not going to... No one's going to notice this if you're a casual player. Like, you're going to have no idea what this means. But essentially, when you move a card, that's going to resolve first. And then the cards that you play down are then going to reveal. If you're a Phoenix Force player, you're going to hate this change. Everybody else, ignore this. You're probably not going to notice it all too much. Maybe you will. I doubt it. Now, let's just jump right into what you guys probably did come here for, and that is Thanos and all the Infinity Stone changes. Now, Thanos himself is not changing, but a couple of things around him and the stones are. Now, first of all, this location, Sanctuary 2. Don't know if you recognize it. It's okay. You can delete it from your brain's RAM. It's gone. They've deleted it from the game. No longer exists. I don't think you care, but again, I want to make you well aware. But when we talk about the stones, let's talk about the changes. The Mind Stone that has gone snip, snap, snip, snap is going back to snap. It is still a 2-cost card. It has 1 power. Previously, it would give you a potential to draw 2 1-cost cards from your deck. They're changing that back to just drawing 2 stones from your deck. Again, nothing too crazy here. Maybe you wanted like Nico from your deck. There's a couple of things that you could kind of implement strategy-wise to help this get the 1-drops from the deck. Maybe a Deadpool and a Destroy deck. That's gone. It's now all Infinity focus. And that brings us to the next card, and that is going to be the Soul Stone, which might have gotten one of the bigger changes today. You guys have known this since really the card has come out in the game. It was a 1-cost, 1-power card with the ongoing effect of enemy cards all having -1 power at the location. Very strong card in Thanos' kit. Well, they're going to be reworking this, and they're going to be giving it a draw. Now, they are going to be taking that draw from another card we'll get to in a second. So, on reveal, you're going to draw a card, and it has a new ongoing effect. Thanos cannot be discarded or destroyed. So, this is pretty much worse, right? In one vein, it's nice. You don't have to worry about, the main game plan of the deck, and Shang-Chi just getting rid of that with a quick punch to the face. Thanos can't be destroyed anymore. And he also can't be discarded. No Sokovia coming at you. None of those mill decks can get rid of him. That's kind of nice. But you are losing one of the best stones in the game, which is a bummer. You guys are going to see a common sentiment. I don't think this is a much better Thanos by any stretch of the imagination. But they did give this a way to draw more cards, which is always nice. Essentially, what they did is the Reality Stone, which I'll go ahead and show the change. The Reality Stone is staying the exact same, except they got rid of that draw mechanic, and they changed the word transform to replace to, I don't know, further confusion. And this is actually a pretty nice change because the Reality Stone typically you want to hold on to as kind of a nice little tech card. Maybe change the limbo up or change the location on the last turn of the game. And when you're playing Thanos, you typically want to draw as much as possible, and that made it a bit awkward when attached to the Reality Stone itself. So the Soul Stone got better because of the draw, but got worse in effect probably. Not saying it's, bad. Not your Thanos not being able to be destroyed or discarded is very nice, but there is the change there. Next up, we go to the Space Stone. By far one of the more confusing ones. It used to be a old 1-cost, 1-power card. Next turn, you can move 1 card to the location that the Space Stone is on, and then you would also draw a card. Now, completely reworked, 1/1, you've got an on reveal that draws a card, and it's got an ongoing effect that essentially makes Thanos Jeff, the baby land shark. Nothing can stop Thanos from playing or moving to a location, which is freaking awesome for a couple of reasons. Now, first of all, the move aspect isn't as good as you think. This isn't giving Thanos the ability to move, so you don't have to worry about that you still need a way to move him. So ideally, you know, you could play Thanos down, Pro X the left lane. You could then play Heimdall somehow and then move him over to that lane. You know, Thanos can go anywhere once the Space Stone is played. On top of that, if you haven't played Thanos, which odds are you probably didn't, you play that Space Stone down, you can now move Thanos wherever you want to. You can play him wherever you want to, which is awesome. So Sanctum Sanctorum, doesn't matter. Thanos is the Mad Titan, and he can be played there. So definitely one of the better stone upgrades out of the entire kit. I do like the redesign here a good amount. And then lastly, we have the Time Stone, and not a lot has changed here either. It is still a 1/1 on reveal. Instead of giving Thanos -1 cost the next turn and draw a card, he's just going to have a base -1 cost for the rest of the game, and you also draw a card, meaning you can play him on turn 5. So, Cozy, you just said a lot without saying a lot. I get it. In a TLDR, too long, didn't read, maybe you just skip to this part of the video. Just know the Mind Stone is pretty much the same, except it only draws cards. The Reality Stone is losing the draw mechanic, and you can do the same thing it does. The Soul Stone is now having Thanos not be able to be discarded or destroyed, losing all of its ability, and now it can draw a card. The Space Stone completely changed. You can now have essentially Jeffnos, as a lot of people are calling it. Jeff, the baby Thanos shark. You can play him wherever you want to. Play him on Pro X, play him on shutdown locations, or you can move him into those locations if you have a card to move him with. And then the Time Stone is going to give him the -1 cost. That is the Thanos change. He's certainly, I think, still going to be better than he once was. Thanos isn't really reigning over the meta now, but nice to see that identity and the practicality of playing the Mad Titan kind of come to light. We'll definitely be doing a lot of Thanos here in early testing after we've done the Season Pass card video. And that's it, guys. Short and sweet video for you today. Gilgamesh is going to have his own video coming out later, probably today if I don't die of exhaustion. So I'm going to get that video out later. Then we have Thena coming out, the next video after that. So a lot of content to keep you guys nice and occupied as we head into the summer. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out this early video in the morning. And until the next one, happy snapping.